Hello, me pussies, how you doing? So Leo or Aquarius, I might list it as both because I'm not putting Aquarians up, so you can probably watch, well, you can watch this as an Aquarian also. Anyway, I'll tell you towards the end, let's get on with your reading. So I've done your channeled messages, okay, and that is the one before this one, okay. So if you're wondering why this relates to an Aquarian, I read in numerology and code. So that means that on the top of a Leo and an Aquarius is a number 8. So they both represent the same major arcana card, so you read in code. And that's pretty much how I do it. So if you're kind of like, well, I'm not getting my Aquarian reading that's free on here, you can watch Leo's. It'll represent the same thing, trust me. And if you want your individual reading, then you will definitely need Patreon, okay? So what should Leo be aware of in their environment, please? What should Leo be aware of in their environment that is coming up this week? What should they be aware of, please, for Leo? So you have got pulled over, so there might be some sort of like car trouble, or it might be something to do with around a Cancerian or a life path 7, or your partner or yourself could have a lot of car trouble, okay? I'm also hearing Betty, because I mean, oh, I'm in a bit of trouble. That did come up in another reading, I think, that said Pisces, of like, oh, you're in trouble now. So it feels like some of you have, I don't know, I'm going to go with the message. I keep picking up that someone has a lot of car trouble or something that's going on around a life path 7 or a Cancerian, okay? And it feels like that I've been pulled up on my behaviour, or someone that constantly pulls someone up on their behaviour. Back in days of the drug rehabilitation centres, when I used to work in them, we used to have a PU system, and it used to be personal pull-up. And I'm going to pull you up on certain behaviours that I think that is wrong with you, okay? But it used to be in an environment of where people could talk. And it kind of like, it feels like this, that I'm constantly reminding you and pulling you up on your behaviour, okay? Now, if there's drinking and driving or anything like that, be very careful, but I am picking up energies of the name Michael and I am, okay? But then like this energy of I'm going to pull you over or pull you up. There could be physical car trouble that someone's having, like a lot of maintenance on their car, or they're really struggling around their car at the moment, okay? Or I'm also picking up they're having a problem with their engine, Julian, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, or their sex drive, because I'm hearing I'm having some sort of trouble with my sex drive or something like that, okay? And also my libido, whatever that is. But I'm definitely picking up this energy of I keep pulling you up on the behaviour that I think you are not doing for me. So it feels like an attention energy, because even though it says, if you look at the card pulled up, it's basically someone that's informing someone and saying, okay, I'm getting sick to death of being pulled up. You're always pulling me up on my behaviour. You're always letting me know that I'm not doing something right. Are you ever really concentrating on the things that I do, okay, instead of concentrating all on the things that I don't, okay? So that can be very burdensome on a partner or a person, Pucci, Paula, or a Piscean, or anybody getting with P, okay? But like, I'm always being pulled up on my behaviour. You're always letting me know that I'm not doing something right. And it's kind of like you've got a list of things that, or Steve, or Sarah, or Sassy, or Cece, or a Casano, or Casino, something around gambling. But it feels like this energy of, you must have a list of all of these things that I've got to tell you that you're not doing. So someone's like, they might not physically have a list, but I believe, or lisper, or a lisp, that they speak with a lisp, or an L, which could be an Elzebub, could be a Capricorn or a Gemini placement, okay, or Linda or Belinda, or anybody that's got L in their name, okay, Linny or Linda or something like that, okay, Lynn, I keep picking up the name Lynn, or Vera Lynn, Vera, Verdi, or something like that, or what's the verdict? Something about someone's dick, maybe. Well, this is a dick. This is a private eye. So it's kind of like that. I've got my eye on you. It's kind of like someone is like, oh, Jesus Christ, man, you always got the eye on me, or a lion. It could be you guys that are doing it. And you've always got your eye on me to inform me the fact that there's something going wrong. Because it feels like that if this person's car's gone wrong, it feels like, fucking hell, what else has gone wrong? Like, okay, my car's gone wrong. What else has gone wrong now? Okay, well, you're not doing this. It's like, do I really need to hear that right now, of the complaints that you're going to make about me, because I've also got shitloads of stuff on, and the last thing I need to hear is all of these complaints and stuff that I can't pick you up, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I really do pick up that someone does have this private eye list, which means that I'm always keeping an eye on you, and I'm always keeping tabs on, or the name Tabby or Tabitha. Okay, Tabby is also a cat, so it could be you guys. Like, you can take it whichever way you like. Okay, Leo. But I'm hearing you're always keeping tabs of things and pulling me up on, okay, I just need to inform you that I don't really like this and I don't really like that about you, and you're not doing this and you're not performing the way I want it to perform, because that would also be a car. Okay, now this might just be like general stuff, but if this is a relationship, I'm picking up that it is under a certain amount of stress because of constantly being pulled up on the behaviour that I believe that I've got a mental list of stuff that you're not doing, okay, for me, okay. But we will see, it's only one card, Leo. But if that does represent something that is here, then I'm normally I'm 99% right when I'm starting to like get a vibe of the card here. Okay, so let's see what other messages has Leo got in their environment. See, you've got lit the fuck up. Someone's got really nice lips. Okay, so it's kind of like I'm going to pull you up on some sort of, I don't know, it feels like sexual magic or sex magic or some sort of like lustful energy, like lusting, okay, over a person, because the lit the fuck up is like really attractive. So it's kind of like passion, like it's like, where's the passion, where's the drive, okay, or how far is it to drive, but like where's the drive, because I did kind of pick that up, like where's your drive, like how are you driven, like what is gonna make you want this even more. So it feels like that there's this energy of I'm going to pull you up on the fact that I'm really for it and you're probably really not, because it's this driven energy here, but it says pulled over and pulled up, okay, and then this says lit the fuck up. So it's a little bit like I'm going to pull you up on some kind of like, I don't know, sexual type sort of tension, or where's your drive gone? You're extremely tired and so on and so forth, or you've been working and like all, because I keep picking up this energy of this person that's got this list in their head, okay, of like, okay, so this has happened and I need to either one, make a mental list of that and kind of pull you up on that, and then I need to know where's your drive gone. Why do you not have that flame for me like we did when we first met? Well, that's when you first meet. When you go into a relationship, it kind of like, well, where's the passion gone? Where's this gone? Well, try being married for 28 or 30 years for the couples, you know, but kind of like, you know, where's it gone? Where's the passion and where's the creation gone? Like it was when we first met and everything was like, whoa. And then it's kind of like, yay, kind of like, you know, like that. Well, I mean, all that is, it's human behavior, especially if you have like ADD, okay? It's dopamine. It's dopamine in the head that creates passion and love and fucking erotic behaviour. Okay, but people that suffer through ADD, they have that adrenaline rush, and then it's there, and then it isn't, and it's gone. And it's a bit like a man and a woman. A woman can go for days, a man can do it once, and then they say, "Oh God, is that it?" Well, the reason why men are that way and they're not built the same way as women is because men have a dopamine system that goes right up, and then when it's gone, and their libido and their kind of like drive goes down. Okay, they're driven in one way through dopamine. That's the rush in order, and that's the passion. And then when that goes, men go down. They're kind of like, oh, okay, now I'm just kind of like, right. And they can lose interest, and they can kind of come across as if they're not as passionate as they were once before. But because women are built differently than men, they have that sex drive of being able to go longer and also again and then again, where women can actually like, they can actually come like 4 or 5 times, right? Well, definitely 3 times out of 3 different places. So, because they have like different spots, right? So it's kind of like this. If you was to look into mental health and manifestation and everything else like that, it's built off driven, but like being driven, right? So it can be where like people are like so tired at the end of the day because they've expended and you've used all of their assets and all of their energy, especially I don't really want to put men or women in a bracket, but like because of the sex drive or whatever drive this is, it's kind of like I'm driven in one way, but then I'm also driven in another way. And it could be a third party that's kind of coming up, but it's kind of like this like my drive seems to have gone. And why is that? Is that because it's the end of the day, or is that because of something here? Let's go deeper into this and find out what it is for you, Leo. So they're saying seduced. So there is this sexual tension that seems to be here of like a seducer. I mean, what is that? That's a film with like snakes coming out of a head. So a snake charmer. So it might be someone that's very charming, like a charming man, but like a charming, like I'm trying to charm you, or chime, like something to do with chimes, or crystals or something like that of chimes. Or rhymes, like slang or rhymes, okay? It might be like a poetry, like very poetic. Or speaks like very fluently. Because there's this lit the fuck up and seduced, like I'm trying to seduce you and kind of get you into some sort of like, I don't know, like I said, it's a connection that's definitely here. But then you've also got one here that doesn't represent this one as well. So it's kind of like this, I'm trying to seduce you, but where's your drive gone? So if we look at this in two separate manners, because I have to do readings for everybody that might be relating. So I've got two lots of messages. I've got messages for the people that might be in a relationship, okay, and then we'll go on to like another message that's kind of here. Okay, so I'm picking up where there's some sort of like lack of attention that someone's trying to get the person, of like, I'm lit the fuck up and I'm really attractive and blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to seduce you and I'm trying to get you like more in the mood. I'm in the mood for dancing, romancing, ooh, and giving it all tonight. I'm in the nude. I'm in the nude. I'm in the nude, so dance, yeah, let's dance. Come on and dance, yeah. Do, 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 do. Anybody remember that one, or am I too old? The Nolan sisters. So you could be got anything to do with N, Norman, Normington, Norman, Nigel, Noel, any N name. Okay, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but or the name Ed or Edwina or Eddie. But you've kind of got this. Where's your libido gone? Where's your energy gone? Like, you know, blah blah blah. I'm trying to seduce you, but where's Wally? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, where's your condom? Or where's Wally? Right? There he is, right in the back there. So it's kind of like this, I don't know, unless someone's got a wiener and they're saying, well, I'm trying to find it and I can't find it. Unless they can't find the hole. Well, that's very difficult because men don't have a navigational system, bruv. They don't. They're kind of like, well, it's there. Where do you want me to put it? Okay? So it's kind of like this, I'm trying to seduce you. But there's two energies. There's one of a physical relationship here of like, I'm going to pull you up on your behaviour because I want to know where all of your, at the end of the day, where's all of your energy gone and why are you not so into me? And I'm trying to seduce you and I'm trying to like, you know, you're right, Dave? Like, oh, you're right, Chantel? How you getting on, Dave? You're like, fucking hell, work's been stressful today, sweetheart. And you're like, oh, fucking hell. Well, you know, I literally just put on like this skimpy outfit for you. And I just kind of like got myself all prepared and all buttered up. And like, what bread are you buttering? You're kind of like, I'd rather really just have a piece of bread and butter, really. And you're like, oh, so you like eating bread and butter, do you? Which side do you want that buttered on then? What side? Ooh, someone could have like multiple sides or multiple personality disorder. Or there are two different sides to this piece of butter. Okay, do you want it on the back side or do you want it on the front side? Like, you know, it's a little bit like sunny side up, like here. Like, you know, where are your eggs? On this side or that side? Like, I don't know. I keep hearing backside as well. Something like a backdoor man or a backdoor alley or an alley cat or like, I'm a backdoor man. You don't know, but the little girls understand. So Jim Morrison, so he was a Sagittarian, so it could be having something to do with like Sag or Taurus placements, okay, which could be like life path 5 energies as well if you were looking at 5s. Let's see, or Lucy, or a Lucifer. It's kind of like this forbidden energy, like the unforgiven, trying to bite into a piece of fruit. Yeah, like I'll take a bite of that apple, or the Big Apple, or New York, from New York, or something like that, or LA. I'm also hearing Lakers, or something to do with like Lake District, or Alaska. Okay, or I'll ask her then. If you're not going to ask him or her, I will. It's kind of like that, or like, will you ask him for me? Let's find out. Leo. What's Leo got coming up that they should be aware of in their environment, please? Oh, dear. So, loves attention. So, you do have someone that does love attention. So, you could have like this very promiscuous energy around you, but you've got both energies. You really do. Okay? Because you've got like this... I keep pulling you up and I keep trying to get your attention and I keep trying to get you in the mood, but how come you're not in the mood? And why do I have to constantly pull you up on not being in the mood? Like I'm trying to get you to come over in order to do something, or I'm trying to call you to, you know, here. So it feels like this big sexual erotic energy that is, sorry, thumbnail. Right, but it's, hold on. So loves attention, seduced, lit the fuck up, but pulled over on it. So lit up can also mean I'm lit. So that can mean that I think you guys in America relate that to drunk. Okay. So be careful around driving intoxicated. Okay. Or from Utoxeter. Okay. So that would be up north. So if you've got someone that is like always pie-eyed, bro, you're right, Dave. Is there you getting up? You're right, Oscar. Cool. You got a piece of bacon in that. Hello, hello, sir. Can you please wind the window down? Yeah, sure, Dave. I'll have 2 burgers and 3 chips, please. Bruv, this ain't a fucking drive-through. It's a pullover. Oh, is it? Okay, then go on. Then I'll have a Christmas jumper as well, then, please, Oscar. Right, do you get what I'm saying, Dave? So it's kind of like that, you know. I'm pulling you over. I know you're pulling me over. That's why I said, bruv, I'll have a Christmas jumper and a top cap. Right? Yeah, you're lit, bruv. I know I am. I've had a good fucking night. Yeah, well, you seem to be parked in the neighbour's front door. Oh, really? Am I? Oh, well, fucking hell. Sorry, Daffers. There's not a lot I can really do about that until the morning, but give us a bell and bruv, you ain't going to be ringing anybody in the fucking morning. You are going to be in prison. Oh, Daphne, can you bail us out and then I'll fix your front door for you? Right? You're taking the piss, you are, bruv, aren't you? How much more attention do you want? So, let's see. Any other messages, please, for Leo? Oh dear, man, there's some people here. So he got you all fucked up, sis. Oh dear. The sisters. The twisted sisters. It might be your sister. Oh dear. She's got a sister. She could have the blister on the palm of her hand. So you might be banging one out quite a lot here. Or someone's after your sibling. Like, cool, your sister's alright, innit? And it's like, what do you mean my sister's alright? Well, you've fucking went outside of this relationship before and slept with my sister? Oh, dear. Is this some sort of like family affair going? I'm staying out of it, Leo. If this is to do with your sister and your brother, and someone's got an eye on your brother or your sister, oh, take me out of that one. Right? But like, I'm not getting involved there. But like, you've kind of got this, he got you all fucked up, sis. So it's kind of like where you might be talking to family members, and they're kind of like, well, I can't believe that you're fucking with them because they don't really pay you any attention anyway, and they got you all fucked up back in this trap again, didn't they? And or someone might be talking to a friend or something like that, and they're like, this person's got you all fucked up, wrapped around the little finger. You know what I'm saying? Here. Okay. So let's clarify this bunch of badass, shall we? So let's see. What's this pulled over? Who is this that's pulling someone up or pulling someone off or over? What is this to do with here? Pulled over. What is this? What's the 8 of Cups? It's to do with travel. It is to do with travel. It's kind of like, oh God, by the time I get there, it's kind of like, you all right? You're like, yeah, I'm fine. I've just got myself all prepared and buttered up. And you're like, yeah, I've just walked in. So, I don't know, your luck might be in here or something like that. Okay, but this person's being called to in. Like, this person's aura and sexual attraction or whatever that is, or a manifestation. Like, everybody can manifest. If you manifest through negativity and paranoia, and then you're kind of like, okay, I'm really negative and I'm really paranoid, okay, you can manifest that into your life. That can just be a figment of imagination, or it physically starts to happen. That's why you have to be very careful on connections of manifestation of feeling. Okay, I got a feeling. Okay, so it's like cooling someone in, if you like. Okay, or over. What's this lit the fuck up? What is this lit the fuck up for? So a 10 of cups, something maybe around a Pisces or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But you've kind of got this, I'm really happy and I'm really, like, I'm open. Like, I'm just extremely open and loving and giving. You do have an 8 of cups and a 1, so that's a 9 of cups. So it's kind of like this, I'm lost without you and I don't never know what to do unless you're with me. So it's kind of like that where, you know, someone that's obsessed about a person here. So let's see what this seduced energy is. Why is this seduced energy coming up? It could be a new person for a lot of you here. There is this attraction. I don't know if this is old or new. It can be someone that's younger here. Or, well, someone's older and someone's younger than the other person. But it's seducing a new person also. So for some of you, or the other person is 100% calling someone or calling someone in to the energy or the party. I don't know. But like, I'm calling you into this. So it's kind of like this very dynamic situation that's, well, it doesn't seem dynamic. It's just like I'm thinking about you all of the time. Like, it's making me think about you. It's like a seduced energy. It's making me think. It's making me drip. It's, you know, it's whichever way around it is. Okay. So let's see, what's love's attention? What is this love's attention? 6 could be Gemini or a Capricorn energy, okay? Because it feels like that when I'm not focused on you and I'm focused on me, why are you not focused on me? Because you've got the next card, which is, he's got you all fucked up. But why does this person have you all fucked up? Like, is it because someone is quivertably obsessed about the person? And got them head over heels in love with the person here. So I don't know why. Well, we'll find out. What is this? He's got you all fucked up, sis. What is this? Because this is a heart rate monitor. Kind of like, oh my God, this person's making my heart skip a beat. Like, look, we need to check your blood pressure and we need to check your monitor and we need to monitor you. Kind of like, it's like my pulse seems to raise and I mean, that's how you manifest. That's how you do it. You do it through dopamine because your heart starts like, right? When that does, that is a rush of blood to the head, okay? So it's producing what? Dopamine, okay? So it's kind of like, now I'm open and now my heart's racing and now I'm kind of like thinking all sorts of stuff about this person, okay? So what's this? He's got you all fucked up, sis. Who is that to do with? Is a 9 a Virgo or a life path 9 energy? Oh, a 3 in reverse, a Pisces or a life path 3, and a 7 of cups, Cancerian, life path 7 or desire. There's a metaphysical connection, one from the past, a present one, and a divorcee that's also here. Okay, some of you could be metaphysically connected to a person that's in a relationship or was previously married in a last relationship and they're now divorced or getting divorced, or you're waiting on the promise of them getting divorced. And that's why you're probably intrigued about this, because the marriage or commitment that they're in is on very rocky grounds. And it's kind of like this, you know, say I was married to this person, we got a divorce, or the situation of the marriage is really not going very well, and so on and so forth. And all this kind of stuff. And it's like this, you know, now I'm still have a commitment, but I'm trying to get out of the commitment of this married relationship. Like, it might be where, excuse me, but it hasn't gone to court yet, and they have to get legally divorced first before this person decides to, like, okay, I've got to get divorced first before I can get remarried, or stuff like that, right? Definitely here. And that could have been, I don't know, it depends on how long you may or may not have been going through this. Because this could be like, I'm talking to the person and blah, 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 and either, you know, they either choose their ex-wife or they choose me or something like that. But it's kind of drawn this energy to a more of a feeling and a metaphysical one of desire. This is desire, okay? Like there are certain things that I desire. If that's the present relationship, it's kind of like why this is going wrong. Maybe is because one desires more from the other that can be given. Okay, like I'm desiring the perfect outcome of life, like the white picket. Sometimes people are conditioned this way. If they can have like a Taurus or Sagittarius or a life path 5 placement that's very prominent, okay, sometimes like marriages and relationships, when you get in them, you have this great expectation that the person fits fully to every expectation that I've got. They are great at this, they're great at that, they're great at this, and they're brilliant at that. But mainly, I'm going to think about they're not so good at this, they're not so good at that, but they're very good at these other 5 things that they're really good at, but they're not good at those other 2. So you could be dealing with like a 5 or a 7 energy, right? And they've got all of these qualities that are brilliant here for the relationship, but there's 2 or 3, whatever, of a list of things that I've got that this person isn't fitting the full bill of, like why this person seems to be always pulled up on their behaviour. Like, okay, you earn great money, you're a family man, you're very stable, you're very loving, you're very caring, okay, but I do love to get your attention, and when I get your attention, you don't seem to give me attention. There really could be attention deficit disorder here, okay. So it's kind of like this, because that's ADD, right? So it's kind of like, look, where are you? Like when you're here, you're really not paying me any attention. When you're speaking to me, what are you focused on more than me? So it can be like, well, you're never focused on me. Like I keep trying to talk to you, I keep trying to tell you something, and it goes in one ear and straight out the other ear. So I'm trying to get your attention, and it's like, look, you've got my attention. I'm with you, and I'm taking you here and I'm taking you there, and I'm doing all of this for you. But why is that not enough? And you're kind of like, well, that is enough, but I do need to inform you that that's not enough. Okay, so what more do you want? Blood? Like, do you want blood out of a stone? What? Like, it's kind of like you're draining my energy because I keep thinking about you, about what you're not giving me, and you keep thinking about yourself, okay, that makes you selfish and arrogant because I can't fit the bill of every I can't tick every single cup to say, okay, I can be your whole wishes desire of like the perfect man or the perfect. That's weird science, bruv. That's designing a fucking person or a man, putting them into a bracket to say you fit the bill perfectly and 100% perfect. And then when you get in the relationship and you're with them, you think, okay, you're brilliant on all of these things, but those 2 or 3 things that you do, you don't ever pay any attention to me. You're always working, you know, blah, blah, blah. You can start to blame that other person and they can start to get very fucking irritable. And then you're like, oh, okay, now there's no talking to you because you're irritable. And you're kind of like, but you keep asking me impossible goddamn questions, like questioning my reality through paranoia. Or you're making me goddamn paranoid now that I can't actually talk to you about it because you're making me paranoid because I know that you're soon going to start the dialect of like, oh, here we go again. What now? What now? Oh, well, there's this one thing that, out of all of these cups, I just need to focus on the one thing that it is that you actually don't do right. And you're kind of like, yeah, but you're always focused on the one thing. How about the fucking 6 other things that I do for you? How about all of that? And you're kind of like, oh, yeah, but no, I'm thinking negatively. I'm thinking in reverse. I'm kind of thinking, and you're like, right, you're making me paranoid now. What's wrong with me? And you're kind of like, well, there's something wrong with you. And you're kind of like, no, that's paranoid delusion. Like, you're delusional saying that I'm what? Delusional? That I'm just making this up? And you're kind of like, but if you keep telling me I'm no good, then I'm obviously no good for you, right? If I'm no good, and I can't tick all of those boxes of this perfect life, then how can you change me to be perfect for what you want? If I'm not, that's not my decision to make, that's yours. If I'm not 100% the ticket that you want, or the full ticket that you want, well then go and buy some more tickets, okay? Because life isn't like that. And some people are conditioned to believe that a relationship is supposed to be that. We're supposed to talk about our problems. We're supposed to talk about all of the problems that I have about you. Okay, let's sit down and let's talk. Okay, brilliant, let's talk. But when you do, the person will say, okay, I've got this demand of like, I just need to let you know that you're not doing something. And you're like, fuck, there you go, straight away. You're telling me that I'm no good. I can't do that. I'm not a performing monkey. I can't just poof, there it is out of thin air, and I can suddenly just come up with this money, or I can suddenly just come up with the answer to what is wrong with you. And you're like, yeah, I know, because that's you. No, that isn't me. The problem isn't me. The problem is I can't figure out your problem. You've got to figure that out yourself. I can't be with you 24/7. I can't be around you constantly all the time to satisfy the need that you have. I can't do that. You're going to have to find something in life that keeps you satisfied, that stops you thinking about me all of the time in the relationship, because that's too much pressure. That actually comes across as force to push you out, where the other person will be thinking, why are they not paying any attention to me? Why are they not paying any attention? So what you think is what you get. Well, they're not paying me any attention. They're not paying me any attention. So paranoia then sets in. Then the mind creates more illusion. And then it's kind of like, okay, now I need to think more about all of this stuff that they're not doing. They constantly do that until, boom, the tower hits. And they're kind of like, fucking hell, man, y'all got a list of things now. It's kind of like, well, I've opened up now to it, so I might as well tell you all of these things that I've been having on my mind, that I need to inform you that you're not doing. That does not go down well in a relationship, in a marriage or relationship. And that, trust me, is what leads to these in the end. Whether this be now or future, this is what leads to those folk that are watching why they have probably got divorced in the past. Because the people that are married and have been married, they realise how much of a struggle that is in order to contend that perfect lifestyle. The front that we have to put on in order to keep coping with each other daily, all the time. Every time I wake up, you're there. Every time I come home, you're there, right? Which is great in a relationship. But sometimes that can get to the point of like, okay, you work too much. Fucking hell, bruv, you're not looking at everything that we've got. You're ungrateful. No, I'm not ungrateful. Well, it's coming across as ungrateful because I'm trying my best to do everything I can for you, but you're focused on all of the things that I'm not doing right. Okay? And those kind of things start off very small and very minor, but inside of an actual relationship, they are what you do experience, what ends up being a very dramatic karmic situation that you can end up sitting around waiting for years to try and get the other person to, like, you know, you're soon going to have to snap out of this. Like, I'm not your everything. I'm not, like, everything about me doesn't have to contend to everything about you. Like, you don't have to think of me 24/7. That's a lot of energy to think, because if you're constantly wondering where the person is, what they're doing, what they're not doing, you're actually thinking a lot of negative thoughts that start to build up and accumulate in the head of the other person. And before you know it, you can end up just making shit up. Like, you can just think, and the other person's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Where have you just got that? And you're like, well, actually, I can't remember. Well, my first thought was, okay, we'll go right back to what the first started this off. And it may not even be about the relationship. It could be someone that was having a very bad period and that they were like, oh, fuck, I feel really down. Something's happened in my life. And then they suppress that feeling and emotion, and then something happens through their mood in the relationship. And then before you know it, the person's forgot what it was that triggered it off, that wasn't even the relationship. Because then that first thought of depression made something important in the relationship. Because when you're at a low vibration and your mind is thinking negative thoughts, there's something more important that crops up in your fucking head, because you end up forgetting the first thing that set it off. So if the first thing that started this off was, say, like a very bad day or something that happened in your day, and it's kind of like, fuck, this is really bad and I'm really down now. And then that low vibration inside of a marriage and a relationship creates a thought and a seed of bad thoughts. You then start taking that out on a husband or a wife or a partner to say, well, you're the one that's in the firing line, so you're the one that's going to get it. So you start an argument. That small seed of an argument that is minor in this cards, that are minor kind of cards, end up being a very major incident by the time the fear is projected from one piece to another piece to another piece, then to another piece, and before you know it, the guy or the woman is like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, what now? What is wrong now? And I guarantee you it probably isn't all of the things that happen in the relationship. It's the one thing that the person doesn't go back to and say, actually, you know what? It isn't really you. It is actually me. And why is that? Well, it wasn't actually anything to do with you that set me off. It was something that was going on in my life. If I'm honest, if I'm honest with myself, I've really got to go back to what it was that first made me feel down that day. And again, if that is that partner, then you need to work on yourself here. Okay, that's because you're thinking of the other person all the time, right? So you get triggers, you get mirrored, you get fucking, oh, well, if I'm not fucking good enough as a husband or a wife, and I'm not fucking good enough for you, then what do you want me to do if I'm not good enough? Because all you do is complain. You complain and tell me that I'm not good enough. I think I am. I think I'm fucking brilliant in a relationship because I've got all of this about me. But if you don't like that about me specifically, well, then what the fuck do you want me to do, Felicia? What do you want me to do? Well, try and do this. Be more... That's, again, be like what? Be like me. Be like me. Be like me. I can't be like you. I'm not you. I'm me. I'm an individual. Even in a relationship or out of it, I have to be individual. Okay. So you've kind of got this very strange dynamic that I'm kind of picking up on that could even just be a little... Well, to be honest with you, I think whatever this little argument is turning out to be Stuart Little to turn out to be a fucking great big monster mouse. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's going to end up probably being a rat in the kitchen, right? So I don't know. But that's what I've got for you as a very small, general, quick reading. If you would like more of an in-depth reading, don't forget to check out the reading before, which was me just channeling and doing esoteric scribing, which is called remote viewing. And then we come up with deceased loved ones, channel messages through the picture and characters and people of the past, present and future. That's the one before this. If you would like to support me, which is what does pay me, okay, is Patreon. So if you want to go to Patreon, your reading was actually done yesterday or last night, okay. It's always done the day before whatever I do on here, but over on Patreon you get a hell of a lot more. So you get cards like these, you get different questions, different answers, what's the outcome, what star sign is it that's thinking this, feeling this, why are they thinking and feeling this way, what's the outcome, what their thoughts, what their feelings, what are their intentions, and then we clarify them all through all of those questions that a lot of people are like, well, I really want to know this question, and I want to know why they do that, or what's going on in their relationship. So all of those, they're on Patreon, okay? So if you want that, you will need the silver or the gold tier. The gold tier just has all of the teaching stuff as well as the monthlies and weeklies, and the silver just has all of the monthlies and all of the weekly readings on there. So you get like 64 on the silver, and then there's constant amount on the gold. I couldn't possibly tell you how many videos. So they're all on there, okay? So thanks very much, Leo. I really do appreciate it, guys, and stay tuned for your next reading, or I will see you on the link provided below.